Here's a really quick teleport effect, which just happens to be extremely adaptable. Hey, and welcome to Solving. In this tutorial, we're going to be using CC Particle Systems 2, along with a couple of other effects to create a really complex looking beam mount that's really easy to adapt the look of. So first we need our footage. Remember to lock your camera off on a tripod and shoot the background, and then your actors can step in, get them to remain quite still. My new phone arrived and I can't find a case I really like for it. If only there was some way to put my own designs on a case, that would be awesome. And if I also get to share them with people who like my videos too, well, that would be cool. They can put my artwork on t-shirts, hoodies, mouse mats, stickers, fridge magnets, and 70 plus other products. And sure, I'd get a small percentage of any sale. So if people wanted to say thank you, it's a way for them to get a cool bit of merch at the same time. Wait a minute, this is starting to sound like an ad. Once you have your talent cut out and as a separate layer, it's now time to look at CC Particle Systems 2. Way too much of a mouthful. Go to Layer, New, Solid. Make it comp sized and click OK. Hit enter and name this Particles. And now go to Effects, Channel, Set Matte. We're going to add our particles to a separate layer because PS2 doesn't have an option to see the original figure underneath. By selecting our figure in Set Matte, we cut out the layer in the figure's shape and can still see it. But make sure to set effects and masks too, we'll need that later. Now go to Effects, Simulation, CC Particle Systems II. Roman numerals for 2, unless it's meant to be binary. No, that would be 3. So now we have this glorious fountain. First off, expand particle and check source alpha inheritance. This sets PS2 to only generate particles where the layer is opaque. Expand physics, and for now, we're going to copy the effect exactly as it is. But if you download the accompanying project, you'll see a few different iterations. So set the type to fractal explosive. Set the velocity to 0.2. Set the gravity to -2. Which gets the particles to fall up. Back at the top, set the longevity to 1 second. Drop to particle and set the type to faded sphere. The birth size to 0.1 and the death size to 0.2, so we get a little bit of size increase, but not stupidly big. Set the birth and death colors to whatever color you want your beam out effects to be. I chose this sort of turquoise green and electric blue. Set the transfer mode to add. Now, move the current time indicator to where you want the effect to start, and set a keyframe for the birth rate to 0. Scrub ahead about a second, and set a new value to 500. Expand producer, and at the birth rate 0 keyframe, set values for X and Y to be 0 with keyframes. And position the producer where you want the effect to be placed. I'm also lazy, so double click on radius Y and then use the pick whip to link it to radius X. So that when I keyframe X, I also don't have to keyframe Y. But my figure is taller than they are wide, so I'll expand the expressions area and at the end of the expression add ×2, so that when we expand X, we'll create an oval of particles. Hit U to expose the current keyframes, and holding Shift, scrub back along to the second birth rate keyframe. And now, click and drag on radius X until the particles cover your figure. Select the character layer and go to Effect, Transition, Block Dissovle. Set the width and height to 10 pixels each, and set the feather to about 20. Then, at about half a second after your first birth rate keyframe, set a keyframe on Block Dissovle's transition complete to 0%. Scrub forward 2 seconds and add a new value to 100%. It's looking pretty cool already, but let's soften that ending. With the figure selected, go to Effect, Stylize, Roughen Edges. I'll solo this layer to show what's happening. Drop the edge sharpness to 0, and over the same duration as the Block Dissovle, keyframe the edge border to go from 0 to 50. And unsoloing that. There we go, that's better. But the particles are still rushing up quite a lot, so let's keyframe the gravity to start at 0 and only get to -2 by the end of the transition. which gives us this cool filling up look before exploding out and up. And that's it, that's the trick. But this simple setup can be adapted to look like this. Or even this. And if you'd like to know more about particle effects, check out this tutorial, where I explain how to link CC Particle World to a null object.